Out of the night that covers me, black is the pit from pole to pole. I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Beyond this place of wrath and tears looms but the horror of the shade, and yet the menace of the years finds and shall find me unafraid. It matters not how strait the gate, how charged with punishment the scroll. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. What's up, y'all? Let's play some Elden Ring. I wanted to make a video about how you should play Elden Ring. And it's very simple. Do whatever works for you and feels rad. That's the line right there. Just whatever feels coolest. There's a lot of people who are purists and they will play the game with fucking no armor, no hit runs and shit like that. It doesn't matter. As a Souls veteran, Souls-like veteran, just fucking do what you feel, man. That's the whole point. These games are an allegory for life and its struggles. Just fucking do what you feel. I am currently rocking a very fun build. So I use Vacuum Slice on the Flamberge, which I have upgraded with Cold. So it uses Frost and Blood at the same time. And it gives me a lot of poke, because that is what Vacuum Slice does. A lot of poke. Very cool. I also play with incantations. I really, really like this incantation stack I'm using right now. So I use Lord's Heal to heal everybody around me, including teammates and summons, Golden Vow buffs, Blessings buffs, Barrier of Gold buffs, and Flame Cleanse me can get rot and poison off of me. Really, really useful. I run 6 and 6 on my current flasks. For the Wondrous Physics, I use the Regen and Bubble. This is kind of what my Mimic tier 10, of course. But yeah, so like this is the idea is that there is no right way to play a Souls game. There is no right way to do life. That's what these games are basically like. They're asking you, hey, how do you overcome your struggles? And there's a lot of different ways to do it. And some people do it in different ways than others, you know? So it's about finding your own path. That's kind of the entire point. And like, if you're not the person who is comfortable doing that, well, summon other people and they'll carve a path for you. Like, that's kind of the point, too. Or just straight up use your ashes and summon, you know, other spirits to fight for you. There's a lot of ways to fuck this pig. You know, it's just kind of a question of, can you self-start? The idea that it's a big hostile world and you need to conquer it. How do you go about doing that? There's a lot of ways to do that. How do you feel like doing that? You know? Oh, do you see me? I want to fight this knight. Oh yeah, come on, bitch. I know you see me. What's up, man? You want to get fucked? Yeah, get fucked. So yeah, this current playstyle is very focused on tanking and being able to use ranged poke. It's a really fun playstyle. Is there a right way to play this game? No. You could have a very dodgy playstyle. I like shield counters and ranged poke skills. That is kind of my jam. So, you know, it's about what makes you feel best. Like, a lot of people will play with what they feel is the meta of these games. They're like, oh, this weapon is the most powerful, or this one has the best art, or whatever, you know? Like, it's... does it feel right? You know? That's a better question. Get back here. Yeah. Ooh. Whoop, 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 whoop. What's up, man? So yeah, this playstyle specifically is really fun because it's based around kind of like tactical shield movement, knowing when to put up your guard. This shield specifically does a lot for my resistances. You'll notice when I equip it, all my resistances. So if I shield off, shield on, resistances go up. This is really rad. So I like to create these builds that are both functional and fun, but also look really, really cool. So like for me, this one right here, I'm going for like a Black Knight Confessor aesthetic, and I have like the Lionel's hands and feet and stuff like that. You know, I don't like when scabbards on the back clip with my cloaks, so I'm using the flambears that I showed myself getting in another video. Like, this is just one of many. Now, if you're looking for interesting ways to expand your playstyle, what I would recommend is creating an idea in your head of like, I want my character to do this thing. Um, I actually don't play with a lot of the somber. They're called somber weapons. If they're weapons you increase with their level with the somber stones rather than the normal weapons that you can put Ashes of War on. I really, really like the Ashes of War system and the ability to mix and match status effects, as you can see on my main weapon here, where I've added Frost, which also gives it magic damage. Um, but it maintains its intrinsic blood. So like I like playing with different ways that weapons work with different builds. Another one of my favorite weapons that I often use is the Gladiator's Hammer, which I use as an area weapon. So this is an alternate weapon for this build, but instead of the ranged poke, I have area poke. So it's basically functionally the same build. I haven't changed my weight restrictions. I'm still mid-rolling. You know, I still have the same shield abilities, but now instead of a ranged character, I'm an area character. So it's like small, even just small gear changes like this can completely alter your play style, right? There's a version of this where uh, I use the double flails, and what I do, again, without even altering like my armor or really my incantation stack, nothing like that. All I'll do here is toss these two on, and now I am a successive attacker who dual wields cold flails and does crazy stagger, still huge defense. Like if you look at my basic defensive stats, everything's well over 20 and 30 respectively. So it's like there's no right way to do this. And if you're listening to people who are telling you, oh, to play Elden Ring you have to play like this, or oh, you're watching videos, these guys are like, oh, you're not playing correctly. Screw those people. That's not what it's about. It's about the jolly cooperation and finding your own path. So, figure it out, man. Figure it out. That's what it's all about. I support you. I support you in your endeavors in the Souls-like genre, and anyone who is a true fan of this series of games will say the same. So, yeah, man. Uh, find out more about the world. Find out what the weapons do. Find out what the armor does. Find more talismans. Explore everything. If you're playing the game in a linear fashion, just following the grace markings. These are grace markings pointing you towards like story events, next bosses, etc. It's kind of guiding you soft guiding you through the game. If you're just following the game that way, that's the only way to kind of play it wrong, I guess. Although if you really want to do a linear run, by all means, but to me, you're leaving a lot of money on the table, you know? So, play how you feel, bud. That's what it's all about. Don't you dare go hollow.